top of the morning. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. That's your wake-up time. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
And, well, we think you're about to have not just an okay morning, but a great morning. And, of course, that's what we do on Wake Up Nigeria. We make everything possible.
And that's why we show up so early in the morning. I am Mike Messikeno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. We're live streaming. That's tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Send in your comments on social media. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Of course, our app is also available for download. We need you to have that close by in your back pocket. Just have it download via Android or iOS Play stores. Just make sure you have it so you can watch us from anywhere in the world.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed.
There's a whole lot happening this Tuesday morning. First Tuesday in the month of September. The year has gone so fast.
It's like it's breezing by.
Someone once said that if the year runs so fast, that means that you're probably achieving quite a lot. Because if you weren't doing quite a lot,
yeah, it'll be slow.
Yeah, but it's okay. So maybe that should be our consolation.
Well, when it comes to consolation, hopefully the checks have been coming as fast as the months have been coming for you and for your loved ones. That gospel singer Ekundayo Divas will be giving us a musical performance.
It's Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, and consultant and gynecologist Dr. Adiola Olaiton will be joining us for a discussion on the topic.
Yes, indeed. Then we move on to entertainment news. We bring you the when, who, what, where, how of celebrities, both home and abroad. Stay close for an update.
Bola Tito Show Me will be in the house and we will be having a chat with her. You probably know her best as Miss Pekpeye from Papa Ajasco.
I always said, calm down.
Now, it's never too early to be money-wise. On parenting this morning, we'll be focusing on how to talk to your child about money and saving. Media consultant and mom blogger Jane Ugoye will be here talking about that.
And then our second musical performance we have coming later is a song from songwriter, singer, and mix engineer Samu.
And finally, we have award-winning Nollywood actor, model, TV host with the most, Kunle Remi, also joining us for a chat.
If anybody types your name, Grandpa Esho, boom.
Great trailer at that. Yeah, I have to say, really great trailer.
Okay, so you know this trailer you mentioned just reminded me of that techno incident. Oh, and now we have another elephant in the room. No, let's put it elephant on Instagram. Okay. So there's something going on a particular artist page since last week where certain things have been displayed. And I don't know, it just makes me wonder what's going through our minds when we do these things as females.
Okay, so I did note, I was trying to actually piece together a mindset around it. I noted that a lot of these people dancing to the song were of a certain age group, and that troubled me. But I did note that people older, like closer to our generation, weren't joining in it. I did note that I didn't see many celebrities joining it. I just noted that it was
talking about. We're talking about Bado.
Olamide Bado's new song.
Yeah, the challenge, the Pawon challenge.
Pawon challenge.
And all. Have you been to his Instagram? Okay, so I haven't been there, but people have seen it in the office. And yesterday, some people showed me like 2-3 clips on radio, and I was like, what is going on here? Some of them, in fact, some people were swearing that they weren't wearing anything, but when I saw, I could see nude underwear, so I was like, no, they're actually wearing stuff.
So let me give you, so if you've been following Olamide, the artist, you'll just start seeing very nude women dancing. That's an issue. So a lot of people contacted me telling me that, you know what, they had to unfollow him because of the fact that their kids, their kids, whenever they go through Instagram, they follow Olamide for music. And because of the fact that their kids
you used to work with Olamide?
Of course, Olamide is an amazing artist. He's very, very creative. But the truth is, this particular challenge has been taken, I think, a bit overboard.
So they follow Olamide in the first place. What were they expecting? The word of God?
No, the truth is, We weren't expecting nude women to be dancing and basically twerking.
Has it been
constantly.
different? Okay, so
It's odd.
Look, man, you know where to give. You know your part. If you want financial, it's out there. There's a whole lot out there. Financial, spiritual, whatever you want. You tailor your crowd. Is it Olamide? What were you expecting? He's giving entertainment to those, and it suits them. It's okay. After all, it's a challenge. So he didn't tell them to do it. They sent videos to him, and he reposted.
Now, there's a catch to this challenge, actually. They are supposed to win $5,000.
For what?
So I'm suspecting that one person started it, the nude stuff, and everybody were like, this is the girl that will probably win. Let me also do mine. And then I suppose many
people... Is that
not
another mode of prostitution?
It is now, of course.
It is.
And do you know something funny? I guess people had been harassing him that see what's going on your page. In fact, it was trending on, imagine something happening on Instagram, trending on Twitter. Because people were telling people, go to Instagram, go and see Olamide's page. And you know something he did yesterday, or was it the first day, according to the pictures that was shown? A particular girl who was all dressed up, like she was wearing a long dress, and she was still doing the Pawon challenge.
Yeah.
And so he wrote, see now, you don't need to go nude. But you're saying they don't need to go nude. However, you are reposting it on your page.
Kill them.
That's what it means.
Kill them.
Pawon.
Yes, Pawon, Titi. They even mentioned Titi.
Wow, really?
It sounds nice. I like it.
Titi.
Wow. Thanks, Mary.
There was no MM on Mary.
You can't kill them with full clothes on.
So I actually have a challenge with dances that take on this kind of... So we know that the soapy dance was a big issue, and it's still a big issue. For a lot of people still doing it. Now, the Pawon challenge has come up and brought a whole new perspective on, as you said, prostitution.
I like the way you say that.
Yes,
What?
a whole new perspective.
The way the challenge.
The Pawon challenge. You're a bad boy.
You know what? We have to wrap this up.
I'm done with Mike. I'm done with Mike. Mike, just take the news out.
They were the ones that
You're in your own
We
world
have to wrap
today.
it up.
You're the ones that said it wasn't me.
Wow.
That's why I didn't say what I was.
Mike,
because
the news.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, yeah, say it. Yesterday, panla.
It took him so long to pronounce Panla yesterday.
How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, he's a clown.
Okay, all right, but then let's take the news now. We begin with the resurgence of xenophobic attacks in South Africa. 3 people have been reportedly killed and many properties destroyed in an attack on foreigners, including Nigerians. The attack started Sunday in Johannesburg with the burning of a building. The mob also looted shops suspected to be owned by foreigners. More than 50 shops are believed to have been destroyed, looted and burnt overnight. The Nigerian government is not taking things lightly. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyeama, tweeted this yesterday, quote, received sickening and depressing news of continued burning and looting of Nigerian shops and premises in #South Africa by mindless criminals with ineffective police protection. Enough is enough. We will take definite measures. Nigeria needs urgent action to end the pressure cooker of violence which is claiming thousands of lives in the country. These were the words of Agnes Callamard, the United Nations Special Rapporteur on extrajudicial, summary or arbitrary execution. Ms. Callamard addressed a press briefing in Abuja on her preliminary findings on extrajudicial killings in Nigeria. Moyo Thomas reports.
Nations Rapporteur on Extrajudicial, Summary and Arbitrary Execution has presented her preliminary findings to the Nigerian government. Agnes Callamard says she will work with the government to review the findings and have a final report by 2020. The preliminary findings suggest that Nigeria is involved in so many human rights abuses, especially from the military and police, who are excessive in their use of force.
The situation I have found is one of extreme concern. The absence of accountability is on such a scale that pretending this is nothing short of a crisis will be a major mistake. And if ignored, its ripple effect will spread, in my view, throughout the sub-region.
She says the fallout from impunity and abuse of the rule of law is a jungle justice that seems to strive in the southern part of Nigeria. This, to the perception of the populace, is that they need to take matters concerning their safety into their own hands. The 12-day preliminary findings also hinges on accountability for violations in the course of the Boko Haram conflict in the northeast.
The loss of trust in public institutions, particularly the justice sector, is leading to a proliferation of vigilante and cases of jungle justice.
In fulfillment of the United Nations 2030 agenda, which Nigeria is a signatory to, pledges to ensure no one is left behind. It is important that this is fulfilled by giving access of justice to the poor and remedies for arbitrary killings are done. The United Nations preliminary findings suggest that the federal government of Nigeria needs to take prompt action in order to meet international standards on human rights and also to end extrajudicial killings. Moya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.
The traffic diversion on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway has entered day 2 to allow construction works continue on the expressway. The rehabilitation and expansion of the Bega to Kara axis of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway commenced on Monday with officials of the FRSC last mile on the ground, ensuring smooth diversion of traffic in and out of Lagos State. The ever-busy expressway has suffered a serious neglect over the years and needs attention to meet the demands of over 250,000 vehicles that ply the expressway on a daily basis. People's Democratic Party governorship aspirant Ndutimi Alaibe is confident that delegates will vote for him at the party's primary today. The former managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission also advised delegates to look out for sterling administrative competence and partner with him in actualizing the Bielsa project of growth and development.
I have thrown myself open to delegates. I've consulted with them and they know what I stand for, and I hope that they will do the right thing in voting for me. Those who have experience and those who have trails of what they have done, implemented, project implementation, programs implementation, experience of that on the ground. They should look at that so that people don't vote for people who want to learn on the job.
I'm very passionate about the growth and development of my state. I believe that Timi Alaibe is the only man, as we speak, out of the aspirants that I have seen today that have the needed networks and the needed experience to bring about the much needed growth and development to our people.
Timi Alaibe is a name synonymous with development and a name synonymous with excitement also, and also happiness. I will know that he has the technical requisites for him to push the state to a greater height.
No fewer than 13,000 houses have been severely damaged or destroyed as Hurricane Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas. The first recorded death of a storm is a 7-year-old drowned after his family attempted to relocate their home. His sister is missing also. The hurricane, which is now classified as an extremely dangerous Category 4 storm, led to a power cut in New Providence, the most populous island of the Bahamas. In some other places, the National Defense Force has been dispatched to rescue trapped people. Hurricane Dorian is moving as fast as 200 miles per hour and tides have surged some 20 feet above normal levels. 8 people are dead and more than 24 passengers are missing after a 75-foot commercial diving boat caught fire off the coast of Santa Cruz Island in Southern California. 4 of the bodies have been recovered, while the bodies of the other 4 victims were spotted at the bottom of the ocean. There were a total of 39 people on board, 33 passengers and 6 crew members. 5 crew members escaped the blaze. The cause of the blaze is not clear and authorities say there is no evidence of a criminal act. The vessel is now submerged as a search and rescue operation continues. And that's all on the news for now. Let's take a look at the day's weather.
We're going to be starting with, I'm starting with this one now, The Punch, and it has this headline. It says, governors take panicky measures as floods ravage states. Page 2 has more on this. Ekiti to begin dredging, marks houses for possible demolition. Gombe not sensitizing residents, loses 2,200 farms. States should demolish houses on waterways, say the NIHSA. It also shows a picture story of the partial closure of the Berger end of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. That's Ogun State here. And it also says South Africans attack Nigerians, loot shops. Onyema Dabiri react. Meanwhile, on the detention issue, 123 Jigawa men sue Lagos State government for 1 billion naira. And finally, Supreme Court faults government lawyers' appearance for Buhari. That's what we have on the cover of The Punch.
And straight up to the Daily Sun, the headline there, FG talks tough over mob attacks in South Africa. Enough is enough. That's the writer there, says Foreign Affairs Minister Ohama. The kicker says as 3 Nigerians are killed and shops are burnt. The picture story you can see there is that of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Motorists groan over partial closure of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Supreme Court strikes out perjury suit against Buhari. And just beside the flag of the paper there, we can see 6 feared dead as 3 vehicles collide in Anambra. And bottom right corner, the Science and Tech Ministry to manufacture election equipment. On all of this on the front page of the Daily Sun.
We have the Nation newspaper up next with this headline, $9.6 billion judgment. Federal government draws battle line with P&ID. Negotiation options shelved. Osinbajo ministers, foreign lawyers meet. It also says here, special forces to combat insecurity in Southwest. Page 2 has more on that. Right at the top of the page here, it says, inside the risky life of Bob Risky, psychologists speak. Meanwhile, 840 million naira found in retired judge's account. Papers in maid's name. Interesting. Meanwhile, Dezani paid $865,000 cash for jewelry. EFCC seeks forfeiture. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
And straight up to The Guardian. We have here how Nigeria loses over 1 trillion naira to defective building code. The annotations underneath go on to say experts caution on collapse and seek a review and domestication. Will not compromise on integrity of structure, says the FCDA. And the picture story there is quite the sad one and one that has been trending. South African looters take items from an alleged foreign-owned shop during a riot in the Johannesburg suburb of 214. And beside it there, the same traffic gridlock on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Outrageous attacks on Nigerians in South Africa persist. Enough is enough, says government. First rider, second one says promises definitive measures. And the bottom of the paper there, Osinbajo meets economic team over $9.6 billion judgment debt. Militants threaten hostilities over attempt to re-domicile NDDC. ICPC uncovers 840 million naira accumulated in maid's account. 6 interim forfeiture. And Southwest leaders, monarchs task IGP on security and back community policing. All of this on the front page of The Guardian.
We also have the Nigerian Tribune here, and it says, why government shouldn't negotiate with P&ID, according to ex-AGF Ondoaka. It says, says contract not approved by FEC president. Osinbajo, ministers, federal government lawyers meet. Group protests at UK embassy. Meanwhile, South Africans again attack, loot, burn Nigerians, others' businesses. Traffic builds up as partial closure of Lagos-Ibadan highway begins. And how states plan to prevent flood as heavy rains begin. Oyo to pull down structures obstructing waterways. Jigawa to relocate 3 communities. Lagos to conduct biometric data of residents in flood-prone areas. That's what we have on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
Then straight on to the Vanguard. Protest against $9.6 billion P&ID judgment. And we can see protests by civil society organizations against that judgment in Abuja yesterday. Federal government weighs options as another $2.3 billion fine looms. And the riders underneath go on to say that fine over Mambila looms in France. CSOs protest in Abuja. Oshibanjo, Malami, Emefiele, others meet in Aso Rock. File corruption charges against P&ID boss, says Ndoaka ex-AGF. Agbakoba writes Buhari seeks national arbitration policy. And UN expresses concern over high rate of extrajudicial killings in Nigeria. Unlawful detention, 123 Jigawa sue Lagos State government for 1 billion naira. Police arrest 1,154 suspected kidnappers in 8 months. German police following clues in Ekweremadu's attack. Okay, all of this on the front page. Yeah, just by the side here, top side here. E-Daily, my party was aborted for no reason. Bob Risky. All of this on the front page of the Vanguard.
Quite a lot of interesting headlines. I'm not sure. Have we taken this day? We have?
We'll probably take it on the second hour.
All right, then.
All right.
It's about time for us to wrap up and head to a quick break. We'll be giving you the traffic updates.
Yeah, especially Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. We're going to have to know how to manage ourselves. We'll be right back. Let's take a look at the traffic situation right here in Lagos. You can be a part of this. Send your tweets to us at TVC Connect with the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Twitter, of course, will be the social media network handle of choice because, of course, it's easier to control things over there, okay? So let's take a bird's eye view of how Lagos looks like this morning. And where do we start from? Okay, I have to recognize them. Yeah, they said I should recognize them. So I've got the three ladies in the kitchen, and they're ready to do this with me. How you all doing?
What are you feeling like? Wow. Recognizing us. We have recognized ourselves.
You recognized before you recognized us.
Wow.
Give us the traffic update.
Fantastic stuffs.
Tuesday morning. Is it because of Badua?
Oh, wow.
We are waiting for you.
Okay, all right. Okay, but then let's see what we have here. It's quite free. I'm looking at Alausa heading towards Ojudubega area here. Quite free up until Lagos-Ibadan Expressway heading into Bega. It's deep red, maroon red here from the traffic map, but I can see that is almost at a standstill. You're going to have to be. Now, you know what happens with the road. One part of the road is closed, and then there's a diversion both ways. You use both ways, and then this place is walked on, and then the other one. So it's going to happen over a course of about 2-3 months. So, well, it'll get the roads better. So I think it's a necessary suffering, which we have to undergo for a better road service. So, yeah. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway heading into Bega, that is of course past Kara, which of course those routes have been clearly stated by the Lagos State government that these are the places that are going to be affected. Kara heading towards Kara Market, and then just before Golden Spring. Golden Spring is on the other side of the road. That part of the road, of course, it's inaccessible because they are walking on that place. But at this point, the traffic exactly starts just before New Heights Automobile. Right? New Heights Automobile is on the other side of the road. So up until New Heights Automobile, until after Kara, at this point, is very tight. So that's the section that it's very tight. If you have a diversionary route or somewhere you can go by the side, or probably you'll be best advised to use that. Or if you don't have to go out, you can work, from. Okay, but then let's move to Ikeja area. And I can see here, heading towards Computer Village, of course, the Computer Village around about that, under the bridge there's a little bit of slow movement there. But just before there, it's quite good. heading from Balogun heading up onto the place just before the bridge on both sides, you can see some little traffic, but I think that's because of you approaching that roundabout and there. So while I check this across, ladies, do you have anything on tweets there on Twitter?
I've actually been trying to load some myself. The internet seems to be having a mind of its own.
I happen to have a few here. Along Inward Ashade on route Agege, good to go. However, besides that, every other one that I've seen is much older. I don't want to read something from an hour ago. That wouldn't be relevant anymore. There's one here that says, a broken down 40-feet container now causing slow movement at cement bus stop. Hopefully that would have been cleared because the person wrote 5:26 a.m. So I want to believe it's been cleared. If it hasn't, there will be a lot of traffic today, as in a lot of traffic, because that road is already traffic prone. So imagine having a broken down container on the road. That's like people who live around that axis, please just pass another area. If you can pass through Agege, because there's just that road. There's no way you can say you want to make diversion and come out because of the airport. So please look for another route this morning. The moment you observe the traffic, don't say it's removal. It looks like it's going to be very difficult this morning to get to your destination. Yeah.
I have one here. It's an interesting tweet. It's not exactly a traffic update, but it asks the question, who is responsible for the Unilag gate to Bariga Road?
Yeah, I saw that one.
School resumes soon, and the roads are question mark, question mark. Now, for those of us that went to Unilag, we know exactly the route they're talking about, and students go to and fro that route all the time. So please, 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 if someone is listening, let's see if we can get that road up and running.
Well, it does look like most people have decided to either sleep off or not be bothered by giving traffic updates on social media this morning, though. So, Mike, we are depending on you.
All right, so if you're going to Computer Village, now, normally I would advise not to go with your car. If you are going to Computer Village, of course, that's not because of anything. It's quite a very chaotic scene. It can be crowds and all of that. But Otigba Road in Computer Village is closed for repairs. It's a whole stretch of a road, like I can see from this morning, that is heading from, let's see now, this is from Obafemi Awolowo Way, right? Obafemi Awolowo Way that leads into Otigba Street up. Now the whole road is blocked up until, let's see, now this is quite some distance. Actually, the whole street, up until it takes you into Good Luck Gadgets and all of that, the whole street from Obafemi Awolowo Road. That whole street is closed. So that's why I would normally say, no, don't go with your car so that you don't have issues with where to park and all of that. If you're going to Computer Village and all of that, you most probably be best advised to use public transport and all of that. It will serve you better, right? That's still in Ikeja, okay? So let's see now. Ikeja along heading towards Oshodi, of course, this morning. It's very tight. The other way, returning back is quite free. Now, someone put up a tweet. I was asking for respondents or people who have encountered the traffic. I don't know if you know about this, people who arrest you if you cross the expressway where there is an overhead bridge.
The task force guys.
The task force guys. Now, I would say that we tend to be reactionary, right? I would rather have wondered if it was possible for them to stop people, because I've seen some parts where you see the task force people stopping people from crossing.
Thank you.
So, but you stay in the crowd, like you hide, and you wait for someone to cross, and then you cut the person.
It doesn't make sense. What if the person even gets hit on the road? You stop
exactly,
the person.
Exactly. Why? You're trying to you're pushed to stop that practice of crossing. But hey, your best advice, wherever there is an overhead bridge, please use it. Don't try to show yourself as a James Bond. That's all on traffic updates this morning. I'll join them and let's see what we have to talking up and about.
So it does look like we have a lot to talk about this morning. We have she's just gone through the Bado store.
So she's about to burst. She understands exactly why we were
we also have this xenophobic attacks to talk about, and of course the APCON issue. Yeah, so over to you. Now that you've seen it, let's hear you.
So you get the reason why
Don't explode. The look on her face, though.
The thing is, I don't even know where and how to start. Because, okay, so at first I didn't know what was going on. And then I went upstairs to, you know, try to fix my makeup because I was tearing up earlier on. And someone was trying to actually justify Olamide's action on this Man challenge.
Oh, wow.
And it actually got me really, really livid. Like, promote your music, but do not objectify women in the process.
She went there.
I
was avoiding the feminist. I was avoiding the feminist
themselves.
movement.
Yes, I get it's a challenge. I get it's a challenge, and women have a right to whatever they want to do with their bodies. I'm a fan of that. But then, you are promoting you as an individual. That I expect that even at some point in one's career, I feel like we as humans, we as mature adults should move past certain things. And one of which is this. How do you create a platform for women to come on?
So he didn't create a platform. That's the issue.
No, it is. You have already created it, Titi. You have created it because it is on your platform. People are coming. You have not come forward to say, okay, so as much as a lot of other females are coming on,
they've taken it over.
Yes, and some have even, you know, some are even taking on the challenge with like fully clothed. You're not coming forward to say, oh, no. You ladies need to stop this. This is not the idea for the challenge. Do you understand what I'm saying?
As soon as he put it on his page, he was endorsing it. There is no...
That's what I'm saying. You cannot even justify... I don't want to hear... No.
Babe, you know on Twitter... Wait. You know on Twitter, when you use the hashtag, people will see your hashtag on Twitter.
Yes.
So if the person doesn't retweet, that's
exactly.
But
that's
on
where I was
Instagram...
Going. That's where I was going.
Everybody sees it.
The fact that he has put it on his page, it's endorsement.
Everyone sees it.
Endorsement.
So you can imagine the
900,000
level of...
views
You can imagine the level of immorality that you are promoting,
has just
showcasing,
seen this thing for the first time.
encouraging. What are you talking about?
Okay, so let's take it from the angle I was trying to start from. So first of all, it didn't start off that way. I just want to say it that way. Then he did mention on a lady's post, the lady that was fully clothed, that you see, you don't have to be nude to be part of this challenge.
I said it.
So my issue is where I'm going is the winner of this $5,000 or whatever it is should be a fully clothed lady.
No, you are not.
That's based on the views.
Yes,
you are not to make that decision. It's based on the views.
It's based on views.
The one with the lady that is almost, in fact, naked is over 900,000 views, Titi.
Okay.
See, you're not the only one who knows Olamide. I know Olamide well, but you have to tell the truth as it is.
Exactly.
This thing is wrong.
If it's black, let's paint it. Let's not sweet talk it.
All right.
And that is because people have been
be...
telling him that it's wrong. That's why he had to quickly endorse the lady who was fully clothed.
Like,
I'm not asking people to go nude.
Your Mike is the only guy
indirectly
here.
saying thank you for the views.
I actually really want to hear Mike's opinion on this.
Sure. Now, we've had... Go on social media. We see well-dressed ladies who want to push a message, right?
Nobody pays attention.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Right?
Sad.
And nobody puts a gun to anybody's head to wear clothes or not to wear clothes, as far as we know.
Yeah.
Right? And then you see a lady who comes up and decides to twerk, and she's wearing revealing clothes or lingerie, and everybody, including ladies, we swoop there.
Mike,
my point is, right, wrong. Look, social media is just as the world is. You choose what you want. You choose what content you want.
That is where
right?
I'm going.
It will always be there, but because
that is where I'm
because
going.
It is. Look, even when they tell you, okay, so they tell you, Olamide is doing something now. That's not nice. Okay, I want to see that thing that is not nice.
Mike.
And you go there. My point is, look, my point is this. You can avoid it. You were the ones pushing it and make it that because of the views, like you said. And the ladies, we've seen challenges where Peace Square, a lot of artists, they've done challenges where they told you dance, be creative. And the first thing a lady picks up a phone, and when you tell her to be creative, how do I twerk?
Yeah.
So he's not the one doing it.
It is because of promotion of things like this.
Mary, let's not forget that. For example, Lagos.
We also have to think about the
in
fact
the last
that there's
administration.
a monetary aspect
No,
to this.
wait. I'm not interested in the money he is going to make from this. I'm not actually really interested.
He's giving $5,000.
I am not interested.
Go from the angle of how much money these girls expect to make.
I might not have $5,000 in my account right now, but who says I won't make £5,000 in the next 3 months? But who knows what might happen?
But if you went online to twerk,
just limit yourself till today. Tomorrow might be better.
If you went
all these things, you know that in the last administration in Lagos State, Olamide was a representative for Lagos State. He was like an ambassador.
He is a role model. He
for
still
Lagos
is
State.
To so many people.
Do you understand? So in that vein, how do you encourage such immorality? It is, yes, I still stand my ground on it.
Look,
it's still, yes, so women can do whatever it is they want to do with their bodies, but because you have become an embodiment that people look up to, you should be able to guide. Encourage. Don't tell me women are they're doing it.
If they do it and they use the hashtag and people search the hashtag and they find the videos, fine.
People will still
putting
blame
it on,
people
see, let them blame him. But it is not on his page.
But we can't continue
it's
with
not,
this
nobody only
topic.
pass so. But at the same time, there are some things that
take
just
this conversation to social media. What do you think? Talk to us. Use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. We'll be back after this.
Performance.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike and Mary. Yes, you're about to witness our first performance on the show today. And guess what, people? We have the Bass in the house. Hello, the Bass.
Good morning.
Good morning. So this morning, he's going to be performing to the song Behind the Moon, right? Ekundayo Arkomolafe, that's his name, is a gospel artist, jazz artist, and a bass guitar maestro. He specializes in a genre of music he likes to call gospel African jazz. He has served and worked with the likes of Lara George, Panam Percival, and so on. And of course, he has 2 albums and the convener of Play Bass Rights. Nice one. Okay, so quickly, you've been doing this for over 2 decades. What's been that driving force that's been keeping you going?
Well, number one, the passion, and also to impact people.
Great.
That's basically for me. I just like seeing I'm putting on smiles on people's faces, and that's the joy. That's what I live for.
Fantastic. I'm actually, I'm sucking from your energy this morning. So I'm just going to let you, perform to your song. Take it away.
wakey. We hope you definitely had a pleasant night rest.
Yes, indeed. Now, if your morning has been slow so far, not to worry. We've taken a cue. We're about to boost it up for you.
Yeah, but of course, if it's not yet boosted, we're here to ensure that that wrong is right. You deserve the kind of morning that we're bringing to you. My name is Mike Messikeno.
And I'm Titilayo Onyison. Please stay right there in front of your screens. But if you need to leave the house, stream with us. That's tvcentertainment.tv.
And on Facebook, of course, you can look us up at TVC Connect. For comments, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC so that we know that you're talking directly to us.
Yes, sir. Very important. Now, there's a lot that goes down on our mobile app. You need this app. You need to download it as soon as you can. Android and iOS stores have this app. And once you get it, which you will have it by today, you need to make sure you enter the app and watch us from anywhere.
It's an interactive app, so you definitely can watch us. You can also interact. You can send in pictures. You can send in some videos. It's a kind of a one-stop shop.
You can win things too.
All right. Of course. Then you know, I call it the CNS, the Central Nervous System of Wake Up Nigeria. In a lot of ways, the kitchen, of course, and my favorite chef is around, Chef Ofe.
You have a favorite, Mike. Wow.
Calm down, no?
That's serious. I will.
Of course.
So
whenever Ofe is around, that's where you see Mike blowing baby grandma, the central nervous system. Oh my God.
Hi,
you know Ofe can handle that kitchen well?
Yes, so.
Like, I love what I see. What's up, MM? What do you guys have for us?
Plantain gang
is in the building, guys.
Yes.
We are not revealing what we are making this morning.
Not
just
yet.
Yes.
It's a surprise.
Because, we want to give that surprise element. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so good to have you, Ofe.
Good to have you too.
Chef Ofe is an honorary member of the Dodo gang.
Yes.
And I've been trying to lobby my way into that gang for a while. But there are just too many calories. But it's not okay. It's not okay.
I love when things, I love when things are colorful. I like the colors. They're yellow, green, red, and all of that. That's the spectrum, the primary colors.
Yeah, it's going to be a sumptuous meal, guys. So look out for it.
The primary colors.
Are you done sucking up now, Mike? Are you done?
No.
We'll give you food.
No, I'm not.
Sure?
I'm not done.
We have to tell everybody what's happening on the show, though. Of course, this month is dedicated to the awareness of cervical cancer. And consultant gynecologist Dr. Adiola Olaiton is going to be in the studio having a discussion on that.
And then it's on to entertainment, where we'll be bringing you updates on your celebs, including Olamide, but not restricted to him.
Wow, really, Mike? After that, we'll be having a chat with Nollywood actress Bola Tito Shomi, also known as Miss Pekpeye. I had to sing it that way.
And then, of course, parenting this morning will be focusing on how to talk to your child about money and saving. Very important. Media consultant and mom blogger Jane Ogoye will be taking us on that. I also would want to listen in.
Then it's on to more music, and this time coming from songwriter, singer, and mix engineer Samo.
Me anytime be a bella. Baby nigga puts me for one corner. Baby nigga.
And lastly, we'll be joined by award-winning Nollywood actor, model, and TV host, Kuli Remy.
Yes, sir.
Have you not been thinking?
Thinking about what?
You get somebody that can come in to clean your house now. It's not that deep now.
You're hustling acting, it's not here. I can remember one of my first experiences. I was with this guy on set one time, man. If I tell how much they paid me,
it wasn't much. It wasn't much.
Right? So I don't know how they did it, but I was on set for 2 days. What I did in that 2 days entered almost 2 seasons.
Okay.
I don't know how they did it.
They kept spreading.
So I was like, wait, did they actually do this? Like, I don't know. That director, kudos to, I don't know how you did it.
Yeah.
I just don't know. But
so it's interesting the way the industry is. You know, one of the reasons why I didn't pursue it further is because of the amount of time you spend on set and the small amount of money they give you. after spending hours and hours of takes
I don't think they
retakes.
expect you to make money from them. Most of the money is supposed to be made from endorsements.
Wow.
And of course, having stuff to do
Is
with...
it everyone that will be endorsed?
What you introduced me to this morning.
Rabi?
Those kind of things.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you guys? What are you guys talking
This is what you
about?
introduced Mary to.
I didn't introduce anybody to anything.
Is an
Please.
enigma.
Really?
Because one day I'll sit down and I'll study you. I'm suspecting you. Big time.
Whatever is going on here, I have no clue.
And you know the funny thing? They'll say, don't study me, you will not graduate. We're done.
Guess what, people? Yep. We are making something really savory this morning.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having jitters. All right, so yes, this is Chef Ofe, people. She's back. And this morning we are making savory fried beans and
dodo, as usual.
Well, when you see Ofe, you already know that dodo accompanies it. It's like a must-have. It's like her PA.
Yeah, my next target in life is to own a plantain farm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
On your screen are the ingredients, but we'll still run through them. Over to you, Ofe.
Okay, so we have beans, which we have pre-boiled already because we don't want to take the whole time boiling beans. So we have pre-boiled beans. Then we have dried prawns.
Okay.
Then we have bell peppers, plantains, onions, sliced tomatoes, and pepper. A little bit of seasoning and salt and vegetable oil.
Yes, we're making use of vegetable oil this morning.
No palm oil.
No palm oil.
Yeah. So it's a different, it's like eating, you want to have beans, but you don't want that local flavor, but still with a little bit of local flavor, but not domineering. That's why the dry prawns are still there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty excited about what we're going to do with these bell peppers because we have like...
Watch.
Well, I love the fact they're actually going to add so much color.
And vitamins.
Yes, to what we have, to the beans.
Yes.
So looking forward to that. So what are we starting with?
Okay, I'm already heating the oil up for plantain. The beans is actually going to be a very fast process since we've already pre-boiled it. This is where the work is actually pre-boiling.
Okay, so can you like explain the process while we're waiting for our oil to heat up?
Okay, process of making this.
The beans, yes.
Okay. First and foremost, this is honey beans. I know there's honey beans and there's drum. Drum is for...
Okay, so we don't call it honey beans or drum beans. We call it oloyin.
I thought you were not going to know it. Okay, honey beans.
So when you go to the market and say, I want to buy oloyin.
No, but you know we're trying to funkify this is like the posh method of local beans.
We can still...
So we can still call it honey beans.
Okay, honey beans.
Or oloyin. Okay, so honey beans. This is sweeter to taste than regular drum beans for moi moi and akara. Then, okay, so the first start with frying onions in oil. You could use vegetable oil, you could use peanut oil, you could use olive oil. It's all up to you.
Peanut oil?
Yeah, there is, which is very healthy. Yeah, granite oil. So you fry this in your oil. If you're going to use palm oil, you have taken it back to the regular beans that you're used to. So we're going to fry the onions in the oil, put in the tomatoes and pepper till the water evaporates and it's dry, devoid of water.
Okay.
Then you put in your prawns and season it with salt, and you could do without seasoning. I know some people don't put seasoning in their beans. You could do without seasoning, but this is my own special seasoning mix, which is a secret.
And then I'm guessing that the last thing going in is our beans.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I told you guys that we have something interesting lined up for you on the show today. So please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Welcome back. This is still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, the month of September is dedicated to the awareness and sensitization of cervical cancer, and we'll be paying attention to that on the show. We have here Dr. Adiola Olaiton. Now, she's a consultant gynae oncologist, right? I got that right? Correct. Beautiful. Yes. At the University College of London. And when it comes to Cancer Aware Nigeria, that's one, it's a term?
So Cancer Aware Nigeria is a charity.
A charity, okay, fantastic. So she is going to be here talking about the gynecological cancer and what every woman should know. You're very welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, once you hear the word cancer, automatically alarm bells go off. Everyone just sadly wants to just not talk about it. Why is it that it's so important that we keep up the awareness of prevention of cervical cancer?
Well, I can understand why people are terrified of cancer, because nobody wants a cancer diagnosis. But the good news about cervical cancer in particular is that it is preventable. Okay. And if it's detected early, it's fully treatable. So awareness is important. People need to know what they need to do to protect themselves from cancer. And if they were to get cancer, to recognize the early signs so that they can seek help at a point where it is still curable.
Okay, so we talked a little bit before we started. You are a gynae oncologist, so basically you work on cancers that have to do with which area? Let's pinpoint it.
I'm a surgeon for cancers of the reproductive tract, so the ovaries, the womb, the cervix, and the external genitalia.
So you've had to treat a lot of people who have come in with symptoms that have to do with cervical cancer?
Indeed.
Of course. And okay, so on an average, how frequent do you have to treat people like this?
So I work in the UK, and in the UK, cervical cancer has become a rare disease. And the reason why it's rare is because of the effectiveness of the screening program. Because you can screen to detect lesions which are not cancer, but if they were left untreated and undetected, will develop into cancer. These symptoms, these changes have no symptoms, so you wouldn't know you had them except you went to get screened, which is why we emphasize the importance of cervical screening. And ideally, a woman should go for a screen at least once every 3 years. It's a very simple test. It just involves removing cells from the surface of the cervix. The cervix is the neck of the womb. The cells are examined. The vast majority of women will be told that they have a normal cervix. And those who don't can have a very simple local outpatient treatment to get rid of this abnormality, which, as I said, if left undetected, would put them at risk of cancer.
Okay, so I want to break this down into the ABCs. So you go for a screening. The screening is basically a smear test.
Correct.
Right? The smear test, the pap smear, right, tells them if it's normal or it's not. And if it is normal, you're free to go. But if it's not normal, then the doctor will prescribe what?
So you have a treatment to the neck of the womb, which usually involves removing the tiny area where abnormal cells arise, either excising or burning away the cells. I mean, the area is less than the size of a thumbnail, and then that is it. But yet, you know, it's not particularly uncomfortable. It's easily tolerated. It takes about 10 minutes. So well worth investing in.
Okay, so I want to talk about age groups now. A lot of people think of cancer as an older person's disease. So how old does the youngest woman have to be to go for the screening?
So normally screening, well, in the UK, is instituted from the age of 25, and then until the age of 65, because these are the age groups at risk. Important to realise cervical cancer is a disease of young women. It is the commonest cancer in women under the age of 35, which is why everybody needs to be aware. There's nobody who's too young to be treated.
Okay, so I have heard somewhere, I'm not sure if it was a magazine or a pamphlet, that as soon as a young woman has become sexually active is when she should consider going for a screening. What does that mean?
Essentially, cervical cancer is caused by an infective agent. The agent is a high-risk human papillomavirus. The virus is transmitted through sexual contact. And if you get the virus, in most people, it's a harmless, transient infection. In some people, it persists, and that is what leads to the changes that put you at risk of cervical cancer. So your risk begins basically when you're sexually active.
Okay. Thank you so much. But so let's move a little further down the line now. You've probably, a person hasn't gone for a screening, they don't know, they go to the hospital, find out that they have cervical cancer. Can this cancer be treated?
Fully treatable, fully curable. Obviously, the earlier you pick it up, the less consequences the treatment has. So, for example, I've said it's the commonest cancer in women under 35. Most of those women are still desirous of fertility. So if it's picked up really early, you can get away with something called a cone biopsy, which is just removing the abnormal cells from the cervix. So your womb is intact and your fertility is intact. The more advanced the cancer, the less able we are to be conservative. So the next step is to have a hysterectomy. And the next step beyond that is to have radiotherapy. And obviously the latter two destroy fertility. So early detection is the key. But even later, it's still fully curable.
Okay. All right. Now, so we've heard a lot about a particular vaccine. That's the HPV. So when it comes to the HPV vaccine, when exactly during this whole process is it possible to use the vaccine for it to prevent cancer?
So I alluded to the fact that cancer is caused by infection with a high-risk human papillomavirus. So the best protection is not to be infected by the virus at all. So ideally, you should be vaccinated before you become sexually active.
Okay.
And ideally, the younger you are, the better a reaction you mount to the vaccination. So in the UK, the screening program is given to women aged, to young girls between the ages of 12 and 13.
Okay.
And that protects them so that when they become sexually active, they're unlikely to be infected with the virus. And it's got very good coverage. And one of the things that Cancer Aware Nigeria is doing is campaigning for girls in Nigeria to avail themselves of this vaccination.
Okay.
Because that will add another level of protection. You still need to go for screening if you've been vaccinated, but you're far less likely to be infected with the virus.
Okay, so if we talk percentages, when you say far less likely, how much less likely?
So it's, I think it's about a 75% protection.
Okay.
And the statistics show that if everybody's vaccinated, then it would lead to the eradication of cervical cancer within a generation.
Okay, so where can we get the vaccine? Where can we get more information about this?
So if you need more, I would recommend going to the Cancer Aware website, which is canceraware.org.ng.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor, for coming to see us and talking to us. Honestly, your specialty is very, very unique, and we appreciate the fact that you were able to come and talk to us about this. Once again, Dr. Olaitan came to talk about this awareness of cervical cancer. Hopefully you caught it. If you didn't, just check it out online. We have to head over to entertainment news now. Mike, are you there?
I feel like I'm not. Okay, wonderful discussion there, Titi. All right, so myself and MM are doing this together. Let's get straight to it. Well, quite a number of stories, interesting stuff. All right, so Okay Bakassi recounts how his wife said yes to his proposal. Now, the engineer turned comedian described his wife as his girlfriend of 31 years.
Wow.
And recounts how she said yes to his proposal, even though he was living in a boys' quarters in Festac at the time. He mentioned how he promised her they will make it and that God answered their prayers. He went further to call her the good woman behind his success as they marked their 18th anniversary. And still on the matter, of course, so 18 years, 31 years together and 18 years.
And 18 years married.
Do we have this kind of
I'm telling you, I mean...
ladies now?
That is what you call couple goals.
Yeah, true, couple
True
goals.
couple goals.
Couple goals.
I mean,
couple goals.
And well, I have to give it to the woman because not so many women these days are very patient. So
And
for
I don't
him,
blame them.
Well, true.
Because a lot of women
True.
have given off themselves,
True.
value,
True.
substance,
I
and
agree
everything.
with you.
And then the guy goes and
yes, true.
finds another
hot babe that meets his standard when he steps up. Yes. So, and then there's also one thing. I remember I was having this conversation some time ago with with Mary about seeing potentials. A woman seeing potentials in a man. It's not every woman has that gift. So I'm sure she did, and that's why she decided, to be persistent through it all. So, kudos to that couple. Kudos to them.
Well, we might not all have that luck, but hey, all the best to everybody there. Whatever goes you out, if it's offside goal or whatever goes, it's all up to you, man.
All right. So it's been 4 years talking about the Maven artist. I think there's something, about them that's making the rounds.
Dija
has also, tied the knot. And, of course, with her husband, Rotimi, the singer, took to Instagram to gush about her husband as she celebrates her big day. So Dija is one artist that's been on the low.
Yeah.
Since she got married.
You see, it's hard. Let me tell you the truth now. It's hard to balance family and career, especially that kind of a career, a career that's in the public eye. Ed Sheeran has just announced that he's going to take an 18-month break from music to focus on his family. That's Ed Sheeran.
I didn't even know he was married.
Wow. So
I didn't even know he had a family.
You see, that's the thing about entertainment. That's the thing about what we do. It demands a lot.
Yeah.
And I know she has taken up time, 2 kids and all of that, her family. I think that has affected her career.
Yes, it has actually, because any hit, any single she's going to come out with has to be a hit, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on her to make it, big. And not a lot of women actually have that, you know, ability to balance, you know, all across board with career, family.
Exactly, like
easy.
maybe like a Beyonce does.
Yeah.
But especially if your husband is part of an industry and then if you're going to tour, let's do it together. Let's do it as a team and all of that. That's the only way it can work.
True.
So kudos to her.
Yeah, kudos to
her.
them.
Of course, 50 Cent up next and his ex, Daphne Joy, put their differences aside. Power executive producer and rapper 50 Cent put aside his differences with his ex, Daphne Joy, to celebrate their son, Sire Jackson's 7th birthday. The former couple linked up on Sunday, September 1st, to celebrate the young champ as they are seen in a picture together, taken at Sire's birthday party as found on their Instagram pages.
Great.
And then, of course, in other news concerning the rapper, the entertainment mogul got attacked by celebrities and fans of Michael Jackson on social media after he compared American singer Chris Brown to the king of pop. 50 Cent took to his Instagram on August 31st, 2 days after what is supposed to be Michael Jackson's 61st birthday, saying Chris Brown is better than MJ now. Okay, so let's look at it in two ways. First of all, let's talk about him and his son.
Yeah.
You know, with his elder son, 50 has like serious issues, and that formed a little bit of the plot for Power.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, he has issues with his first son, and they are not on speaking terms.
That's in Power.
Yeah,
in the scene. No,
in life, he has serious issues with his son.
I mean, the plot for the
plot for Power.
Yeah, in Power.
So his own life formed. You know, that and all of that. But seeing him with his second son and he's being all cool and all that, good for him.
The fact that he's trying to make amends, that's not the 50 cents that we
know.
That we know,
yeah, we know.
Yes.
But then, going up to the next one, Oga, you need Koboko. But then I think at times they do this thing because they need to be in the news. Power just released his first episode for the 6th season.
So it has to trend. And of course, there's no Power without 50 cents.
Exactly.
I mean, being the executive producer. But how do you compare Chris Brown to Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson is a legend, guys. I mean, Chris Brown has even been off the radar for a while. You know, he's been releasing songs, but not hits in that context. So yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, of course, on any of these things, you can share your thoughts with us. Remember to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Now, still talking about Chris Brown, he makes RIAA history. Now, it's very possible that our next story prompted 50 Cent's comments. Now, Chris Brown makes RIAA history as Heartbreak on a Full Moon was certified double platinum. The project, which was released in October 2017, birthed hits like Party, Privacy Questions, Tempo, Pills, and Automobiles, has reached double platinum status. This means the LP has shifted over 2 million in sales or streams. And on to the last, well, just before we go there, I might not have time for that one, but maybe this was what cost it. Because double platinum, 2 million. Yeah, I don't think it's still like if Bar was still around in this day and age, you think streams you reach?
Where? From where to where? Nah.
I think he's doing cool. Boy, I know MJ. Know yourself. All right. He's not MJ. That's all we can take on entertainment news. Don't worry, we'll take a break now. There's still a lot more to come on the show.
Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Ofe of Ceres Pink Occasions, guys. And this morning we are she's actually making, me, I'm just the sous chef, I'm just here. Savory
beans.
Fried beans.
Savory beans.
You say it's fried.
Savory beans.
Okay, savory beans. And fried plantains.
Yes.
So let's talk about the ingredients that we're working with this morning. Because I see that our plantains
we already
are
have
ready.
our plantain, which I'm frying. Then we have our honey beans,
oloyi.
Bell peppers, 3 colors actually, red, yellow, and green.
Yeah.
Onions, tomatoes, and peppers, seasoning. Secret seasoning. And salt.
All of you with your secret recipe, secret ingredients.
That's where our money is now, so we have to hide it.
All right, so right now we're about to show you how to make our savory beans. So let's get to it.
Okay. So I've already put in some oil.
So we have already parboiled or pre-boiled, actually, pre-cooked because it's cooked.
Yeah, it's cooked, exactly.
Pre-cooked our beans.
Yeah.
Honey beans.
Yes.
To the size.
Oloyi.
Okay.
Yeah. So in here goes our onions. You could use a lot more onions if you want. Okay. I know some people are averse to seeing onions in their food. Okay. If you don't like seeing onions in your food, you could blend it up into a paste. And fry it. Yeah. So it just dissolves, but you still get your flavor.
Get the best from your onions that way, because you know it's blended. You get all that juice into. So it just simmers in.
Yeah, so you just have the flavor, but you don't see it.
Yeah, you don't see it.
Yeah. But me, I like to see my own. big chunks.
Okay. Yeah. Do you need to take off the plantains because they're ready?
No, just we still need them to be a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm treating them with love. You know how I treat plantain with love.
Okay.
I need to pimp up their skin a little.
Ah, nice. I like that word, pimp it up.
Melanin. Getting some melanin into it.
Okay. So once our onions are well caramelized, what's next?
Yes. We'll put in our tomatoes and pepper.
Yeah. Guys, have you seen this kind of beans before?
For me, one and only me.
Probably not. You know, this is another reason you should always tune in to Wake Up Nigeria, guys. I mean, come on.
Because some people run away from beans at times because of the palm oil. They feel maybe it's heavily loaded with calories, which is not so. But if you want to put your mind at rest, then just do yours with olive oil. So you get that posh flavor.
Olive oil, that's a good option.
Yeah, get that posh flavor, but you still have your beans, which you love.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
True, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But well, I've actually never had beans with vegetable oil before.
You're gonna have it today.
I'm gonna try that today, like making fried rice. But instead, we are making fried beans.
Trust me, it's delish.
I can't wait.
It's delicious.
I can't wait to have a taste. So yeah, talking about fish, because I actually just looked over and I saw that, we're also going to make it of roasted prawns.
Yes, dried
Mike
prawns.
is one of those people who doesn't use fish in his beans.
Really?
And I'm like, how do you not add fish to your beans?
That means he doesn't even use those small crayfish.
I mean,
so where is the flavor coming from?
Exactly, because there's a certain flavor that fish, adds to your
onions,
beans. And onions,
yes.
You know, so you fry them up and you put them in your beans and, ooh, la la, delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious. Okay, so at what point do we put in these tomatoes?
Right about now.
Okay, great. If you're just joining us this morning, people, with me is Chef Ofe. And this morning, she's making savory beans with fried plantain. If you're a fan or lover of the show, you know definitely that Ofe always brings her touch of plantain. I mean, her plantain is like her must-have.
I'm the evangelist.
The evangelist, wow.
Spreading the gospel one slice at a time.
Nice. Nice. Loving that. And let's remind them of the ingredients we're working with this morning.
So we had honey beans, we have dried prawns, we have bell peppers, we have the onions, tomatoes, and pepper, and we have the plantains which are fried.
Yeah.
If you don't want plantain, you could actually use yam.
Oh, yam. Oh, yeah, true. Yam.
Gari.
Or bread. That morning, early morning, I get bread.
That
freshly baked.
The nylon will be sweaty. Oh, my God. Stop it. Let me not crave for that.
Yums, like. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I was just telling you this morning that this kind of beans you eat with bread. You just sit down on the floor.
When my knocks on the door, you won't pull up.
At all.
Come back later, please.
And then when you're done, you just lay down there.
That same spot.
That same spot.
That same spot.
Nice. Okay, nice. Our plantain is almost ready. Yeah. Great.
So it's a little bit light-skinned. She doesn't have so much melanin in her today. But it's okay. We like our plantain like this, you know?
We like our plantain like this. Thank you very much. And yeah, it's also very advisable to actually use kitchen towels when you're working
to soak up the oil.
To soak up all the oil from your plantain.
Yes.
Or potatoes.
You can't avoid oil in it, but at least
basically drains
drains it out, so you don't have too much than usual.
All right. So we're going to wait for our tomatoes to drain off, yeah?
Yeah, to dry up all that water.
Okay.
When it has gone like halfway, I would put in the dried prawns so it could suck in some of the flavors.
Okay.
So it's not so hard and crunchy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to take this away. Yeah.
Okay. So people, now I'm going to ask you, how do you like your beans? Do you like to eat it with yam, plantain, or agege bread? Nobody enjoys meat with sliced bread.
No, that's too... that's disrespect.
Exactly. So how do you like your beans? And now that we've taught you another method to enjoy your beans, I mean, we would like you to please try this out and let us know.
Perfect for a Saturday morning.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Well, unfortunately, it's still the beginning of the week. We still have a long way to the weekend. But you can still try it over the weekend and, send us a picture or a video, of, you trying this out. Let us know what,
And with this method, if you're going to eat beans, and some people eat beans, jollof rice with beans, maybe plain beans.
Yes.
But with this method, since it's vegetable oil, it's not palm oil, it blends well with
if you're
rice.
using rice and,
or rice and stew.
Yes. Yeah. So try this out and, of course, hit us up on our social media platforms using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We would like to see your own, version of our savory beans, which we're making this morning. Amazing stuff happening here on the show. There's still more to come. And, of course, we still have DeBaze with his scintillating sound. People, over to you, DeBaze.
Cerkizo, zo 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 ruzo, zo zo zo, zo zo zo, zo zo zo,
wonderful morning to you once again, of course, and welcome. Welcome.
It's the third hour.
Yeah, the final
3
45
hours. Wake Up Nigeria is your favorite feel-good breakfast show. And of course, my name is Titilaya Onisi.
I am Mike Mesikeno. Watch us live via streaming on our website, tvcentertainment.tv. Facebook, of course, it is at
TVC Connect. Please connect with us. Send in those comments, contributions, prayer messages, birthday shout-outs, anything you want to send in there. Use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Our app is also there for you to interact with us. You can watch us live. You can also send in comments. You can also send in pictures and videos. It's on Apple, iOS stores, and of course also on Android. You need to have internet connection for that to function. Anyway, of course. Around the world.
We have parenting still coming up. Mom blogger and media consultant Jane Ogoye is right here. She'll be talking about your child and money and saving. You know, that's it's a big issue. Parents don't really talk to their kids about money in general.
Yeah, true.
You know, saving is a whole new ball game. We should really talk about that.
And of course, we will also have Nollywood actor, model, and TV host, Miss Pekpeye.
Yes, sir.
She's gonna be here. What does Pekpeye mean?
Okay, so her actual name is Bola Tito Shomi.
No, we like Pekpeye.
So Pekpeye is
what does
actually...
Pekpeye mean?
Duck, right?
Yeah, it's
duck. Yeah, it's a duck. 10 years. So.
Does it have to do with mouth?
No.
I feel like...
No.
Okay, so I mean, what's the meaning of the name?
A duck. Pekpeye is a duck.
Duck.
That's the Yoruba word for duck.
So,
Duck. So
when they say pekpeye, they mean you talk too much like...
I know it's connected to mouth. There's some people here that you talk like. Okay, so just before
Asha,
just before we talk about Asha, so it's been trending. I don't want to talk about your coffee just but we were unable to. We've been having wake up calls. For me, this is a wake up call. I don't want to focus on them. I think it's about us. Wake up calls are becoming so much. When you have so many wake up calls in different levels, does it have to get to this point? We have to do something. It's all about us. We have to do something.
We haven't landed on it yet.
I propose that we have to make our nation, our economy, viable enough for people. I mean, we have SME. Look, that's why I love what we do with the SMEs. Yes, we need to encourage them so much. When you hear about taxes, a lot of them go through. SMEs are the lifeblood of any economy.
But unfortunately, a lot of SMEs are not thriving because of the economy.
Exactly, and so you have people going out.
So it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. It keeps going. So talking about the xenophobic attacks, so my condolences to the families that have lost properties and lives as a result of this in South Africa. And I know that Abike Dabiri has been on social media. You know, she's been quite active on social media. And then the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who, you know, made a few comments about it. But we need to move above social media now. It's one thing to let people know that this is how you feel, express your concerns, express how you feel. What can be done? What can we do?
You need to see that Deputy Minister of Police.
So that's
what I saw just now that really got me pissed off. He goes up saying that you cannot allow nationals have 80% of the economy. In fact, what he was saying, paraphrase, was that, look, man, whatever we are doing, we love what we're doing, we're going to do. We fought for this country against the minority whites. We'll fight for this country against foreign nationals.
Wow.
So the way this thing works, the way
the Deputy Minister of Police.
You know the sad part of this is the fact that xenophobia is within Africans. This is the sad part.
Exactly.
You know, it's terrible that these acts are being carried out. But the fact that against fellow Africans, we know, of course, that in Nigeria, so many people complain about the fact that there are many South African-owned companies in this country. But nobody makes a fuss of it because they employ so many Nigerians.
Exactly.
In turn, in South Africa, these Nigerians are employing so many South Africans. So
which is also enabling their economy.
Their economy. So you're looking at it from that angle. So I just did a video for Mary Alimi Emotion, and I said something. I said, if you people complain of your economy being taken over in South Africa,
what do you want us to do here?
There are so many big companies here. Is it in the telecom sector? Yeah. Is it in the food sector? Is it even supermarkets, clothing, hospitality that are owned by South Africans? But do we make a force?
True. Now, the argument from a number of them, they tell you that Nigerians were involved in fraud and drugs over there. Because let's be objective now. Yes, we contribute to the economy, but what big ventures or franchises there are Nigerian?
Okay.
For now, I'm asking. I will find out. I'm not saying we need an answer. I will go find out. I'll do more research on this, looking at what big franchises we have there. So they are concerned. So I would want to listen to them. This is something that gets more. We really are. If it was an American life, I know we always want to make recourse to America because we know. I mean, you need to see how Trump reacted to ASAP Rocky in Sweden. You know, he even did something that was wrong. Man, they stood up for him.
Mike. Regarding the big
companies, I will do some research on that.
The big companies there are so many small industries here, but there are people employing loads of folks. Did you see the car company that was born?
Yeah, that was.
And mind you, this same thing, this same car issue was what happened years back. So it's a case of companies being owned little, like SMEs as we have here. But there are SMEs that employ a lot of people, create a lot of revenue.
They do,
okay,
they do,
they do.
There
are different, you mentioned this issue of drugs and fraud, etc.
Yes, yes.
Now, obviously, Nigerians are not the first people to push drugs or do fraud in any country all over the world.
Yeah.
If you go to South America, it's rampant. The truth is, the average Nigerian is considered very, very smart. And he has a propensity
for hard work.
And when it comes to hard work,
we are very dogged.
Nigerian will be dogged in any industry, not just drugs or, fraud, in quotes. I'm just saying that if people are coming into your space and taking over a particular space, it's because you let them. Which is what has happened to us.
And what is wrong with that?
So
what is wrong with that? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
That's why we all migrate.
It's a 50-50 thing. You're benefiting from me, I'm benefiting from you. And we're all happy.
When you say let them, because our government has been a little, let's say, nonchalant about it. Doesn't mean it is right. We should have had our own solid industries in place before this even happened.
So, Tisi, what is wrong? For instance, we are allowing it.
Don't they have their own solid industries?
We are allowing it.
About ours?
Exactly, we are allowing it.
These things are normal everywhere. Mexicans have several things in the US. People from all over the world
to not want to allow it.
It's not a right.
Okay, so
all that apartheid, all that whatever, it's over. Like we've gone past it, so let it go.
So we should allow it.
Square one.
I'm saying the fact that we have decided to allow it doesn't mean that they have to go back.
Fine.
That's what I'm saying.
So wait.
I'm just saying. No, you're not understanding where I'm going.
Okay,
we've had the likes of Domino stores, Leventis. We've had all these huge industries that could have blown up and
which were not owned by
thousands.
Nigerians, by the way.
Yes, of course, but they were in Nigeria before the so-called South African companies came in.
Let's move on from this. Let's move on from this. Asha dropped a new single.
Really? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, a music video. We need to calm down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's see the video. Maybe that will help me.
Exactly.
Perhaps this
where did she
give
shoot
us
the video?
something good.
Let's see the video.
Find away this tension.
Exactly. Let's take a look at it, please, I beg.
Until you lose a good thing, you never know a good thing.
I've listened to the lyrics of this song before, and if you watch the video, it's basically talking about don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
So many people lose good things because they say, oh, this person looks this way or this person looks that way. So the vitiligo you mentioned, the girl who probably had all the
albinism
tattoos,
and all of that.
and you're like, because she has tattoos all over, she's probably a terrible person. You'll be shocked. Most of the people with tattoos and all sorts, very wonderful individuals.
All right, let's go.
Yes, indeed. Now, our parenting segments are always very enlightening. We have Jane Ogoye here. Now, she is from Fab Mom NG.
Yes.
And I've been following her on Instagram. I didn't even realize it was her. Social media is just amazing. And now she's a media consultant by day and mommy and blogger by night. She's the founder of, as I said, Fab Mom NG, which is an all-inclusive online community support for moms. She's going to be talking about talking to your child about money and savings.
Yep.
She's also better.
Yes, and what's your twins?
She has triplets. Amazing.
Yeah.
So now, saving must be a big deal for someone that has
multiple children.
Multiples, even for someone who has just one. Yeah. Money is not really a conversation parents have with children.
Very correct.
Why do you think that is?
Studies have actually shown that parents are more likely to talk about sex, with their children than money. It's not something we readily talk about. Sometimes we talk about it in passing and not consciously. And that's because for a lot of moms, it's a difficult topic, somewhat difficult and quite uncomfortable to talk about. But I think the more we began to talk about it, the better for us, because then we can raise less entitled children. Which is what we are facing right now.
So I posted a video, I think last weekend, of my kids and I in a shop.
Okay.
And one of the girls asked me, so I mentioned that we're on limited funds. And she was like, why? Why? I said, because I haven't been paid. And she said, why haven't you been paid? And I was trying to explain that it's the end of the month that I get paid. But I tried to just veer off the topic. I didn't feel very comfortable, even though I am very comfortable talking about so many things.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's such a hard topic?
Well,
I really want to get to the bottom of that.
I can't really give you an answer because it's not something we talk about. I don't know how to explain it, but perhaps we should talk about how we can begin to talk about this with our children.
Go ahead.
So depending on your children's age, your child's age, begin with the most common way, which is the piggy bank.
Okay.
So getting a piggy bank and encouraging your child to save. You know how when we were younger, we had guests in our home and our moms, maybe they'd guess that she's was 15 or 100. And your mom would say, okay, give it to me. I will keep it for you. And we never ever saw that money in most cases.
Wow.
Yeah, but,
that's true.
Yes. But I mean, if today, in this 21st century, so that's a great way to, begin to save up for them. So whenever the children get some monies from people or even from you, take them, have them put it into the piggy bank and tell them that, okay, this piggy bank will be we'll be using it up until December.
Yeah.
So when we break this piggy bank, we're going to buy fancy clothes, fancy shoes. So that's a way to, that's a way to ginger them up, and then when you finally open the piggy bank, you can, after counting the monies, you can have your child go open an account with your child. Take your child to the bank, and say, we are here to open a kiddies account. So you have lots of money. You will have your ATM. Children love to have, to feel responsible.
Okay, so I want to go back to this, the process of a parent giving the child money. So I have heard from some parents who say, it's like raising entitled children if you pay them to do chores or you give them money to do things around the house. But I've been on the other side because in real life, people are paid for services.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that every single thing I'm going to give you money for, but do you think it's a good idea to start encouraging exchanges between children and parents?
No, not to. Well, it can work. It can be positive.
Okay.
But I think you have to be clever about it because to get to a stage, the child, you'll be like, sweep the floor, and the child will say, give me money. So what do you do? So you have to be smart about it and know how. I would rather you reward the child. Okay, so this weekend we're going to go see a movie.
Okay.
I think it makes more sense to me than say, okay, I'll give you 100 Naira. And children of these days, they even know these notes. I'm sure your daughters know 1,000, they know 500, they know money. So we don't want to make them too money conscious. And at the same time, we also need to find a way to reward them. So balance is very, very important.
Okay, so now being financial literacy is my issue. There's so many little things that we can't really break down to a child. You are saying you're starting from what age? Age 4?
So from
5?
3, 4, when they can begin to express themselves is a great time to start.
Okay.
And children of these days actually grow. They are mentally, what's the word now? They are very smart.
Yes.
Compared to when we're growing up. So 3, 4 is a great time to start.
I did note that because of technology, a lot of children have even started. So for instance, children are on online stores.
Yeah.
And they understand what it is to purchase maybe a game app, to purchase new coins or things like that. And in a weird way, they're being exposed to the use of money.
Yeah.
What about them actually using it to buy things?
Okay, so you could actually have your child. Okay, so I go with my daughter to the supermarket, and maybe I pick up a few groceries. So when we get to the counter, perhaps the money is 500 Naira. I can actually give my daughter the money and say, pay. So it sort of gives the child some sense of responsibility. It's a way to introduce your child to such life skills, which are actually very important. So that's a way to make your child. And then, like I was telling you before we came on, over the weekend, I took my daughters to the market. So before then, I was like, I need to really introduce these children to ATM. So that they know that money does not fall from the tree. So I was like, I'm going to show you a magic. So when we got to the ATM, they were just wondering, like, what's this? I said, it's an ATM machine. So it's different from showing them in the books and having them see it live. So I slotted my ATM card and I was like, hold on, you will see something. So when the money came out, they were like,
where did the money come from?
Like, this is wonderful. So I was like, so where did you think money comes from? So one of them said, I thought you would just have money in your hands. I said, no. So this is where money comes from. Mommy has to work. And when mommy is paid, her monies are in the bank. And so she uses this ATM card to take out this money. So now you see that we don't get money anyhow. You know, it's very hard. We had to come all the way from the house here.
Okay, so I want to talk about the disadvantages of not discussing money with your children, for instance. What are the issues that could come up later on for that?
Okay, well, waste. Waste, because when you discuss money, of course, it's also a clever way to introduce hard work, values. So when you don't introduce money, you don't talk about it, your child just feels that things will always fall on his or her laps. So I would like to go back a bit. Another way you can introduce or talk about it or enforce it is to ask questions like, are we rich? You know, your child might not really, depending on the age, the child might say, yes, we are rich, we live in an estate, we have jeeps. So it's a very creative and great way to talk about values. You know, so your answer will not be, yes, mommy is rich or dad is rich. So you can say we have a strong family bond, you know.
Wait. You know that whole speak positively into your life thing will now come into...
Exactly.
You know, parents now be like, yes, we are rich. Yes, in Jesus' name we are rich. You know, but it is a fine line because if you start talking about affluence, you might have to start talking about poverty.
Exactly.
So...
Lack,
of course. So now... If, for instance, you haven't exposed your children to lack, that might be one of those sensitive things parents are trying to avoid.
Exactly, but we need to talk about it. So my daughters, when they waste, you know, children, and I'm like, a lot of people don't have what? A lot of children right now, you don't want to eat. A lot of children don't have this food. And so the other day I had to open my YouTube. I went on YouTube and I showed them a video of child hawkers. I was like, can you see these children? They don't have money. Their mothers can't send them to school. They have to hawk, you know, so they were like, really? So they began to ask questions and I began to answer. And that was also a very creative way to, you know, begin to tell them that people are not really on the same level. But at the same time, I try to preach that you have to take, you have to, what's the word? You don't look down on people because they don't have. Yeah.
I think I went through something similar, but this was in traffic, in a traffic jam, and the hawkers were, you know, by the window. But as soon as I mentioned that, you know, these young children selling didn't have enough money to eat, to fend for themselves, to clean themselves up, buy clothes, you know, one of the girls started crying. So that was a big deal. I'm thinking about the emotional intelligence behind. You know, talking to the children at the right time. Do you think a child at the age of 4 or 5 is mentally aware enough to even understand this process?
No, not yet. So don't also forget that not all 4-year-olds are equal in quotes. So depending on how much, how exposed the child is. So 4 years is too early. My daughters are 6, so they are almost 8, they're almost 10, so it's easier for me to begin to talk about this. So you don't want to overburden the child with the problems of the world. You know, so you take it easy as the child grows up. When the child asks you those questions, you have to be very diplomatic and smart about it without making the child feel so afraid.
All right. And of course, no saying, please stop asking me about money. You have to actually talk about it.
You have to talk about it.
Thank you so much once again for coming to see us. And that's Jane. Now, Jane's Fab Mom MG blog is amazing. You should go check it out. And we can't wait to see you again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Mary is going to be with our performer in a bit, but we have to take a quick break. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Wow, welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria is one show that just keeps going and going. We have so much packed into one episode, don't we?
It's looking like, you know, when you, like a buffet.
Uh-huh.
Carousel. There's just a lot.
You never know what you're going to get.
Yep. Okay.
We have our guest in the studio now. We've been looking forward to speaking with her. Bola Tito Shomi, actor, model, entrepreneur. And she was the first Miss Pekpeye from the amazing TV comedy series Papa Ajasco and Company, right?
Yeah.
And Company,
Of
right?
course.
There was always the and Company thing.
Yeah.
So how many have they had after you?
I wasn't the first.
Oh, you weren't the first?
I'm the second.
Oh,
Then,
but you did it for 10 years.
yeah.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Wow.
That's a long one.
Let's just get straight to it. Let's talk about that. Let's start with that production, all of that. How did you get that role?
Well, just like normal getting roles, went for an audition, and then I was picked. Initially, I didn't have the intention of becoming Miss Pepeye.
Okay.
I only heard about the audition, and I was like, okay, I need to give myself a chance, because then I was studying law at the Lagos State University, and then I think we were on strike or something. And most times when I watch the TV, I'm like, I can't do this thing these people are doing. You know? I can do this thing. Let me give myself a chance. So I heard about the audition, and I went. When I got there, I thought it's just like maybe a super story. I'm going to get a very serious role, you know. So I got there, and then I found out that I said, no, I don't think I'll be here because I'm not a comedian. I don't think I can make people laugh. No. I have to leave, you know. Then some people were like, why don't you give yourself a chance? If you're an actor, you should be able to do anything. So I said, okay, let's just go ahead and yeah.
All right.
Here
What
we are.
lessons did you learn from that? About life? What lessons can you teach people about that experience?
Give yourself a chance. Even if you fail.
Wow.
Just give yourself a chance. You never can tell where you end up.
That role was a very, I can say that that's the kind of role that can either make you or break you.
Yeah.
Because it was a very significant character.
Yes.
I can remember Boy Alinko.
Yeah.
And I don't remember seeing him in many other places, but you've been able to kind of break out of that and go into many other roles after Miss Pepeye. How easy or not was that?
Well, it hasn't been easy. And this breaking out you're talking about is recent.
Okay.
So prior to this time, I was just like the Alinko you didn't say in other.
Okay.
And it wasn't because there is a laid down law that says don't break out.
Okay.
I just feel sometimes the industry unconsciously stereotypes you.
Okay.
So they watch you and they feel it's only comedy you are good at. Forgetting the fact that we are actors and we work with the script. So, and now the industry is very competitive. Everyone wants to be an actor. I always tell people there's no job in Nigeria, so everybody's an actor.
Okay.
So now it's not easy breaking in to Nollywood. And if you're not careful, you just sit at your comfort zone. I think that was what actually happened. So I was there for that long. But with time, as an actor or a creative person, you just not feel comfortable with this.
Get tired of
it looks
your
as if
routine
you're
and all
not
of that.
growing. You know, so I had to make this decision.
Okay.
And I had to, I told myself that, okay, if you want the best, then the good in your hands, you just let it go.
All right.
So the first thing I did was to resign.
Oh, wow.
So,
How about holding the good
Wow.
and going for
that's it.
the better or the
Psychologically,
best? Okay.
because it's not that easy to break into Nollywood, there is no way I would
drive myself if I still have that.
Okay.
Because I'll keep saying,
At least I have one.
I'm not getting this opportunity. Let me just sit down here.
Okay.
And I think that's what I've been doing, but I wasn't feeling content. I need to move. I need to grow. I need to get challenging roles, you know. I need to challenge myself.
I noted that you did do a little bit of challenging of yourself. You went into some skincare, organic skincare area. Was that during your time acting, or was it immediately after?
It was during that. It's always been.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm just someone who likes nature and natural things, you know. Okay. And I always like, okay, how do we have an African lady that can keep her skin without having to use all the creams and all that? Okay. So I started studying about the kind of food that will give you nutrients that, you know, helps your
skin to radiate. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that's basically where that came
So
from.
you were talking about resigning.
It does feel like because you had that, you know, you felt a little bit more confident.
But she said,
the screen.
We're talking about resigning. So immediately after, let's get back to it. Immediately after you resigned because you felt like that was the push you needed.
Yes.
How did you go after that?
So afterwards, after I submitted my resignation letter, I gave myself about 2 years break. Because I just wanted to know what I really, really want to do. If I want to actually go into the industry, study in the industry, I am someone that is very choosy when it comes to the people I want to work with. And that's the reason why when I wanted to go into acting, I had to study Wale Adenuga production, because at that time, Wale Adenuga production was the production that was really, you know...
It was like a template.
Yes.
Yeah,
so I didn't just want to work with anyone. So I had to like, this production or no other. And so I worked with Wale Adenuga. So now I needed that time to tell myself who I'm working with. And afterwards, the first opportunity I got was to feature in Tinsel.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, then afterwards I got to feature in African Magic Forbidden.
Okay. So it started growing from there.
Yeah. So
it was a gradual process.
So afterwards other productions started calling me.
So are you fulfilled now, or at least are you going along the way?
Yes, I am. It looks slow a little, but
okay. Talking about your fulfillment,
there's a clip.
Let's see something of Bola Tito right here now.
Can't we have a day without quarreling? I came back exhausted and made a mess.
So I know you said it was hard for you to pick up to comedy, but comedy and maybe doing serious roles, what has been your most challenging role ever that you've ever had to undertake?
You know, comedy is very challenging. When you play other roles, just like your daily life, normal is people. Comedy, you need to make people laugh. People need to, you know, they need to see the comic thing. So it's a larger than life thing. So you're putting an extra. So it's challenging.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's head over. We have something for you.
Yes,
in the kitchen. I hope you like beans.
Unfortunately,
Chef
I don't.
Ofe has been hard at work.
You might like this. Okay, so let's just head to the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Go with us.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So I have breakfast.
Yes, let's go.
Hi.
Right here.
Wow.
Right here. All right. Come take a seat. Please have a seat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fantastic.
So I might find this way.
Kitchen. Yes,
beautiful.
You are. This is Chef Ofe.
Okay.
And this morning she's made savory beans with fried plantain.
Wow. The difference between it and regular beans, we didn't use palm oil. It's not as native as your regular beans. So let's just say it's a bit posh.
Okay.
Very, very posh. I can see
you should try it.
So please have a taste. Let us know.
Wow.
How is the Dodo gang going?
Yeah, maybe just... All right. So while she's doing that, a big shout out to Homely Angie.
Yes, of course. Homely Angie.
Big shout out to Homely Angie for the kitchen accessories.
Amazing kitchen accessories, by the way.
And of course to all our guests, everybody, Bola Tito, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Every other person who was on the show.
We had quite a bit on the show
We did.
But we have even more tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure you tune in again at 6 a.m. right here on TVC.
Yeah, in your faces, people.
Yes.
Have a lovely day.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.